Hey, this is Nate's Guitar Workshop. Today we're going to learn how to play Scuttle Buttin. It's a pretty simple song in E, just a 1-4-5 E A B using 7th chords, and the riff is in E pentatonic. It focuses on open strings. So we'll run through it real quick and we'll go through it step by step. That's that ending there is a little thing I use from the live version. I like a little bit better. The studio version can get kind of boring. But anyways, it starts out on that E scale, adding on to the 1st fret on the G string, so it goes to, so it's got that little slide up holding the E open. So it goes, and you can either slide it down. Some people like to pull it off. I personally rather like to pull it off to do that. Either one's fine. It works the same. It really sounds the same too. But anyways, you're going to go up, almost hitting the top of that E major chord, go back down, ending on the B, slide up, hitting both, and then pulling off. And then you can either slide down, pull it off whichever way you want to. And then on the E there. Now once you get to the E, it kind of bounces off each other back and forth. It's just an E7, except instead of playing the traditional open chord of an E7, he kind of plays a, which is obviously the bottom E, mutes the A, uses the 2nd fret on the D, 1st on the G, and then the 3rd both on the B and the E. So it gives you that same 7th feel, but it gives you almost that Hendrix chord up here, but it's down here. So put all together, you have, and you bounce back and forth between it. It's got kind of like a percussionist dun da 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 da. So you have. Now that main riff stays the same all the way through. It has that that go up. The only thing that really changes throughout it is the chords. So you'll have you go through that twice, and then you just do the same thing over again, except you hit an A7 instead of an E7, which is that same open chord A7 you use, except you're going to add your pinky on the 3rd fret on the E. So your chords are just going to go. So you're going to tie those together. Got that all the way through. And then after you get all that down, you can go back to the B if you want to and play the same thing over again like the studio version does. It's just that that standard B, 7-flat-5, which goes to obviously a B, 2nd fret on the A string, 1st fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G string, and then the 3rd fret on the B string. And keep going into the riff. But there's another cool lick you can do at the end of that. It has when you go back up, you keep sliding up over and over and over. You know, it goes off the classic blues lick. That's the, you know, so it just adds that almost the same thing, except it goes. So when you go back up to that slide where you normally go back down and do the pull off, you actually keep sliding up. So you, and then he does this pull off that's often done on the solo. That's like, it uses that same in the middle of the riff. So he goes. do that, and then you pull off. So the pull off actually goes from the 4th to the 2nd to the open fret on the G string. So it goes to the 2nd on the D. And then pulls off from the 2nd open on the G, the 2nd open on the D. Could be good to practice that alone a couple times, start out slowly. And then it just ends on a, which is just a hammer on the 2nd fret on the A, pulls off, open A, 3rd on the E, 2nd on the D, and goes back into the 7th chord. Practice that a couple times by itself. It can be kind of confusing at first, but once you get it all together, it sounds a lot better than just going to. Instead, you got that. Use that. Got some pull-offs. Old classic blues licks made fast and look cool. Add it all together, and you end up having a pretty cool sounding song. So that's basically Scuttle Buttin. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. My Facebook is Nate Gillespie. Email me any future things you want me to work over. I'm going to do finger picking later this week. Probably some speed licks and walk through some things, some basic steps that can make you improve as a player. It's Nate Gillespie. It's Gillespie on Facebook. And we'll have videos posted there too, so anything you want to see. I hope this helped, and hope it works for you.